and breath of this very planet. All of you who are ordained, all of you who are destined to perform wonders, I welcome all of you. Now, I will present you to Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Therefore, our Father who resideth in heavens above, looking down upon the pain and the suffering of your children, as was foretold by those who has gone before us, that a day will come when the world will gang up, when all the children of darkness will congregate to prevail against your children. That time is now. We are in pain. We are in so much suffering that man cannot begin to comprehend it. We ask for your mercy. We ask for you to come and present and provide a way where there is none. We ask you, Chukwukika Biama, if we came amaranime ndomuginime the IPOB, no beni ne bichiche, rue beni ne owasotur, kiite magi ne beregi bit hobaso ha, upasi ne kendo ha. Okwasu sweli igwe. We call upon you this evening. The vultures are congregating. The saboteurs are rising up. We are beginning to identify them. And we are dealing with them. We ask you to give us the strength. We ask you for courage. We ask you for every ounce of determination and resoluteness. Make us as hard as steel, as only you can do. Baptize us in your word, in your knowledge, in your truthfulness, and in your strength. Make it impossible for our enemies to come close to us. Destroy them before they come very close. We will be tempted, of course. Our defenses will be tried without a shadow of a doubt. Sometimes there may be breaches, but in the end we prevail because that is your word and that is your promise. This evening we hold on resolutely to that very command of yours. Your own spoken word. The word that you gave to your children when you said to them that they should not worship any idol, they should not bow before any graven image. We have made mistakes in our lives. We have bowed before European idols. We have done everything but worship you in truth and honesty. But now, having realized the errors of our ways, we present ourselves before you, that you may do with us as you please. So it was prayed thousands of years ago. That same prayer will re-echo, because we are nothing without you. We are nothing without you. We can have the best defenses in the whole world. We can procure the finest anti-jamming equipment available. But it is you that will defend your inheritance. You will defend Biafra. You know that we are honest and truthful people. You know that we preach this gospel in the knowledge that your children must be free in the land of the living, that they may go back and worship you in Zion as they have done thousands of years ago. This is our prayer now and always, because we are your children. You can't abandon us to the forces of evil and darkness. That is not your will, and it can never be. That is why today, tomorrow, and always, as you have called us to undertake this very monumental and epic task, as you have determined that your word must be preached in the land, that very land you gave to our ancestors thousands of years ago, so shall it be done in our lifetime. Allow us to be worthy to serve thee. Chukwa Biama, allow us to be considered worthy to serve you. You know we speak the truth. Our enemies are liars. They are cheats and they are killers. They are bloodthirsty bastards, all of them. All of them bar none. They have brought their lies to bear upon all their dealings. Their tongue is very spiteful against those of them who are righteous before your sight. Please don't allow shame to befall your children. Don't allow shame to befall your name, because we answer your name, we bear your name. That is why today we make this very prayer in the sure knowledge that Biafra will be restored as your own kingdom upon the face of the earth. That you will be worshipped every blessed day of our lives, as our children will do, and so will their children. Until time everlasting we have prayed in your name. Ise, Ise, Ise.
We shall protect us from all foes. The Christ is meant for when battles lie with the strength of peace. Hail to the earth from consecrated nations. Oh, Fatherland, please be our sovereign great. Defending thee shall be the dedication. Singing of God will cause the privilege. The waving stone of great memories, the fleet shall not rescue the sun of liberty.
Now I can see my new nation be rising. I'm feeling good, very high. No matter what them do, they cannot bring us down. You've been killing us for so long. You've been on women for so long. Feeling our resources for too long. Oh my Father, we don't know what to do. What's going on? We need the freedom to carry on. Give us the power to overcome. Oh my Father, we don't know what to do. We want to be on our own. Our home is our home. We want to be on our own. Our home is our home. To be a potential, to be a friend, we are finding our original. To be a potential, to be a friend, we are checking. Somebody the right and get it up. Now when you fight, you go carry up. Never pick up get the piece of a broken heart and bring them together to chill it where you go. When the vibe then we are the back. They know this I couldn't watch the program. I be good. When I, you alright. You die, you don't know why I got the gun. They want to go and disaster. I ain't happy. You can see a boy out of the kids and keep on happy. The Zuru, the Sassy, said that any way I fear, then I just see where you're then you keep Palaya. When you see a bad woman, Palaya, when you see one of them, you get Zeloya. Chukoki, I can see it. I reckon they know what you see. But this time around, I get easy. Never win, but I know what to do. We want to be on our own. Our home is our own. We want to be on our own. Our home is our own. We want to be on our own. Me and what we do without petty after. Me and what we do without praising the flag up. I know we do without my fatherland. I must to fight and defend my father's land. It's gonna be a fun now we own you. Onyabona malugo. I want to be a kwetago. Si be a friend bukayo. Be a friend na my original. Onyabona malugo. I want to be a kwetago. Si be a friend now we own you.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchi Ukafo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Mazi Uchi Ukafo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 6 decades now. He's from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiam, I remain George Onibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, as always, we must proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiam, the one who makes the heaven and the earth, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, the one who has ordained this day. In my humble way, I say to him, Anye na jage mau, nihi na emara mai, ehonanya ene na ge, obioma ge, ojuru anyanya daju, inwe ge mgbanwe o di onye deka ge, ebu alfa na omega. Anyị niile na-asị na na-ede mma ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we shall move ahead to our topic this morning, which is simply titled, A Deliberate Attack on Indirect Rule is Our Only Hope of Survival. A deliberate attack on indirect rule is our only means of survival. If we must survive this war that never ended, if we must survive this carnage, this mayhem unleashed on our people, if we must survive as prisoner in this company called Nigeria, both the Yoruba, both the Hausa, both the Biafran, the only means of survival is an open attack, a deliberate attack, a fierce attack, a horrible or horrendous attack against the indirect rule. What is happening today in Nigeria is religiously referred to as the act of the finger of God. This is a means through which God uses vessel to conquer or to deliver. A lot of things is happening today in Nigeria, but most people do not understand. They think it's a way of life. They think, yes, that is how it's going to be. We just have to do like this. The next time they tell you, let's obey the law. What did the law say? What did the Constitution say? Because they just cannot see beyond that. Religiously, this process is known as the finger of God. And the finger of God simply means God doing things without being there, because he's omnipresent. But this same art can be manipulated, duplicated, because the last time I checked, Satan is everywhere. But we all know that Satan is not omnipresent. Only one is omnipresent. That is the creator of heaven and earth. But yet, even if Satan is not omnipresent, but yet he's everywhere. You commit crime in America, is Satan. Crime in Africa is Satan. Crime in Nigeria is Satan. Crime in heaven is Satan. Crime in air is Satan. Satan is actually guilty of all the sins. But yet he's not omnipresent. At the same time, he can be charged for 100 sins. At the same time, he's guilty of all the offenses. But he's not omnipresent. And then what means does he operate? The people who have found themselves inside this Nigeria, if you do not understand this process, I tell you, we will not survive. Of course, that is why we are here. So that to make you understand that when attack is on a particular group of people, individual, organization, as the case may be, watch out for the finger of God. Watch out for the indirect rule, because the real game is not what you see. It is beneath what the eye can see. In the Nigerian state today, many people will not understand how this works. Politically, this same protocol or system could be referred, this same system referred as the finger of God, is also a method used by colonial masters to conquer and to control without being seen. Democratically, it is called the same, through which certain individual control, dominate without being said, without saying anything. Yet they are everywhere, even though you don't see them. A lot of things, like I said, is happening, and people do not understand how it works. I have noticed that to kill a dog, you give the dog bad name. I have seen innocent men who are condemned. People say, it's a bad man, it's this one, we have to do this one, let us go like this, let's go. And then you are moved to react based on impulse, based on lie. And sooner or later, you discover that you have just been used. You are another dumb axe. And I must tell you, those of you in Nigeria, the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Biafran people, if you do not attack this indirect rule, all of us are gone. Forget about the fact that it benefits you. Today, you're collecting 10% Yoruba, you have a bargaining chip with your Motekon, but all of you will pay for it. Let us look at this issue the way it is, because I will never compromise, nor change my mind with what I know, but we continue looking at that same very figure until it changes. What the problem really is that these people still love the power. They still love the wealth. They still love to reap where they did not sow. That is the problem. Other problem is that they have a good way to introduce this system to continually assess control and domination of a people. I'm talking about indirect rule. Let us digress a little bit. When the terrorists invaded Africa, they gave themselves good name. They came for many reasons. But they proudly parade themselves over us and call themselves masters. But they were nothing more or less than Fulani headsmen. They were ISIS, but not the same dispensation. They were worse than any terrorists they have condemned in the war. Till today, they are not bold enough to come out and acknowledge the atrocity against humanity. These people are terrorists. Anybody who ever told you they were colonial master were not master, but they were terrorists. You have the Portuguese, you have most of them in Europe. America was involved. And there is indirect way of colonizing Africa through the Chinese and the Japanese. The victims were Japanese, Chinese, Indian, Africa, America. But it's so amazing that most of these people ended up becoming terrorists themselves. But you have to say the truth. Whoever told you that they are colonial master were actually terrorists. They were the like of Fulani headsmen. They were the like of Boko Haram. They were the like of Miati Allah. They were the like of ISIS. They were the like of Taliban. Anybody you come out and you tell terrorists and you have been a colonial master, you were the pioneer of it. Today we hardly hear them in school. For a drunk like Port Harcourt, for a drunk like Frederick Lugard, for a prostitute like Flora Shaw, and the rest of the idiot who invaded Africa to come out, Mafosen, and the rest of them to tell you they are master. Master of what? Master of terrorism. And then as the world began to embrace the truth, there were need for them to tell themselves the truth. They knew they were masters of criminal, masters of fraud. They knew they were evil. They pulled back a little bit. But of course, they love the wealth they are stealing. The Bible says an ill-gotten wealth is sweet to eat, but it will purge you at the end of the day. They want to remain in control of the oil. They want to continue stealing unnoticed. They actually had a meeting and said, let's stop slavery. These were terrorists. Okay, let's stop colonialism. These were terrorists, but they never stopped. Whenever, however, they agreed and concluded and said, let's allow everybody to be. Only those countries who could stand up and fight against this system survived. America knew that they have to fight against the British to stop this art of dominating, conquering, ruling, stealing, robbing. So they stood up and fight fiercely, deliberately attack this system. And today they are free. The Indians, the Japanese, the Chinese, every country except the Africans, because we are not ready to deliberately attack this process. And then those who have suffered it, for some reason best known to them, decide to put an end to it. And then they had a meeting, and in that meeting, they said, yes, we have to move back. But they had a method, a system that they use. The most terrorists that invaded Africa is the France and the Britain. These people had two systems of government in place through which they are still using against us today. The British introduced something known as the indirect rule. The indirect rule is that they are the ones still ruling you, but you don't see them. For them to sustain this system of indirect rule, this system of government that have placed us into this mess, they went to import people. They went to hire contractors. These contractors, unlike they were like terrorists, Lugard and Flora Shaw, the prostitute, but just that this time they hired the whole family of terrorists, the Fulani. We all know Fulani were not part of this country. All of a sudden we saw them in Nigeria. We thought it was politics as usual. Those who were there thought it's normal, let's leave them. Africa is for Africa. But little did we know that the British, through these people, will rule us indirectly. They will colonize us and subject us worse than the era of slavery, and yet you won't see them. Today they say, don't mind them. It is Nigerian thing. They will settle themselves. But the people who are doing this to us are not Nigeria. They came. They conquered the Hausa. It was indirect rule. They took over the life of Hausa people. Today, Fulani, who are less than 10% of the whole of the north, less than 5% of the north, they subdue the Middle Belt. They subdue the Hausa. They destroy the Nupe. They destroy the Gware. They destroy Adamawa. They destroyed the Kaduna people. The Fulani, who were strangers in Nigeria, destroyed everybody. They dethroned their throne, their king. They mounted their emir everywhere. Less than 10%, less than 5% of Nigerian population. And yet you can't see the indirect rule, indirect system of ruling. It was not enough for them. Having conquered Hausa Fulani I mean, Awusa, the Fulanis, they extended their territory. They came to the Yoruba land. They took over Kwara. They converted majority of them to Muslim. They make sure that the Christian remain slave under them. The same Fulani. They came to Biafra land. They initiated a war. Yoruba supported them. They killed our people. Over 10 million died. As you are speaking, they are fighting very hard to take over Biafra land. They control the government of the day. These people control educational sector. They control religion. They control business, commerce and industry. They control your monarch. They control everything. These people who are less than 2% population of Nigeria, they control everything. How did they do this? They are the one that are not educated. They are the one that didn't go to school. They are the one that don't have muscular power. They are the one that are sick. They are the one that are not normal. They are the one that don't reason. They are the one that sleep with cow. They are the one that suck cow breast. They are the one that eat cow excrete. These people are not human beings. These people are weak in every area. The question is, how do they dominate us? Look at all the food to any university. From the president of Nigeria to the chief justice of Nigeria, all of them are Fulani. To the army general, to the bank manager, to the central bank of Nigeria, to NNPC, all of them are Fulani. They never go to school. How did they get there? This is one truth we have been shying away from. This is British government system of indirect rule. You cannot challenge them. British government is the one who run the whole thing. And when you think you are fighting Fulani, Fulani don't exist. As far as I'm concerned, these are a group of terrorists on contract. Britain say, we can't come out openly. We are going to use you. You go and do the job for us. And that is why when Dimojikwe or Dimegujukwe Meka discovered this, he resisted them. British government supplied the weapon for Fulani to fight. And that is why our leaders say, Fulani has not fought any war. This is indirect rule. This is what is referred to as the finger of God. That is why your pastors are robbing you in the name of giving God money. Majority of them, most especially Yoruba pastors, they call it finger of God. This same protest known as indirect rule is how they use you without you knowing what is wrong with you. I want you to put Fulani aside and look at how they have subdued Nigeria. And look at how they have dominated Nigeria. And look at how they have conquered Nigeria. And tell me in your heart of heart that they want it. Only one state in Biafra land will humble the whole of Nigeria. Let us operate on fairness. Only one state in Biafra land will humble the whole of Africa. I swear to the Almighty Creator. But the question is that, how come those who didn't go to school are ruling us? How come the children of the slave have become the king? The prince have become the servant to the slaves, the children of the slave. This is the indirect rule, the British system of colonial terrorism administration. It has not ended. And not until, like the Indians, not until, like the Americans, not until, like the Chinese and the Japanese, not until Africa rise up and fight against indirect rule, it will never end. It will continue. The question we should ask ourselves is simple. How does it come? How can we going to explain it? How has these people become so powerful all of a sudden? The British system of colonialism or terrorism is not direct rule. You never see them there. They employ people to do their dirty job. It is ridiculous all these people who are causing this evil in Africa are here on social media. They are on television telling you they are hero. They are saving chimpanzee. They are trying to save lizards. Go to and see them in Australia. They have made so many heroes now trying to save bird and cat from being burnt down. But these same people are evil, but they are killing human beings. And sometimes you begin to wonder. But they were too evil. Evil, I must tell you. It is clear, or you can call the Arabians terrorists because they don't hide their feeling. They are just terrorists. They rape, they kill, they murder, they steal, they kill Allah. And we know who they are. And that is why we say no Islam in Biafra land. We will not welcome Islam. If you want to do Islam, enter your father's house and do it. You bring that law of Allah to disturb anybody in Biafra land, you are dead. They define their stand. The point now is that Saudi Arabia did not contain them. The worst part of it, their own life, is that nowhere in the world will contain them. They are bombing themselves in Saudi Arabia. In Mecca, they are the one killing themselves. In Dubai, they are the one killing themselves. Anywhere you see Muslim, they are the one killing themselves. Put them with Israel, they will bomb themselves. In America, they are the one killing them. There is no place you see problem. They are the one. Of course, in their mind, they are doing work for Allah. And so their own is not consigned to us. But the real demons are those who call somebody terrorist, but they are terrorists. The real evil are those who protect and talk about justice, transparency, fairness, equity, engaging people by the rule of law, which they know nothing about. So when you hear British of indirect rule, that is still Nigeria. And the next demon you have to know who they are is the France. They came with a system or policy known as association and assimilation. These two systems, by the British and the Romans, is still what run Nigeria today. And if we don't attack them openly, we will not survive. The British came with their fraud and say, yes, our system of indirect rule, we are not there, but let's be controlling them. How can you control your father? How many British people are moral? Without missing words, how many British people are moral? How many of them know their father? They don't know the culture of their ancestors. They only steal the culture of Africans, modify it to suit themselves. They don't know who their father is. They don't have history. They pick the history of other people, they make it fit themselves. You cannot defend anything except your history of killing people. Is that what makes you human? But they move back. They use Fulani. And Fulani, they are conqueror. Every Fulani man listening to me now, look at those Hausa around you. Do you think on a fair battleground you can win Hausa? But indirect rule made you win Hausa. Do you think on a real battleground the Fulani can fight the Gwari? But indirect rule make Fulani take over Gwalila and call it Abuja. Do you think under normal circumstance the Fulani can conquer Yoruba and take over Kwara? Do you think under normal circumstances, you Fulani listening to me, that you can come to Opiweka and then you misbehave? We cure your disease. But you are not the problem. But you are very hopeless because you allow yourself to be used. You cannot establish Utumad and Fudo Empire, not in this life, not in the next life to come, because you people don't know what is coming. But our people must understand how these people function. The France system is known as indirect rule. France are there. When we call Britain, British, people don't know that France is ripping Africa more than Britain. But you don't hear about it because their own is association and assimilation. That is cabal, cabalism. France said, if you speak our language, you romance with us, and then you become part of us. Today, look at the people. If you must rule Nigeria, you must speak the language of corruption. You must romance with corruption, and then you have immunity. That is association and assimilation. Look at Buhari, late Buhari, corruption fighting in Nigeria. As far as you are part of the ruling cabal, you are not a corrupt man. Chibuike Amechi is not corrupt. Buhari is not corrupt. Bruta is not corrupt. Magu is not corrupt. Nobody is corrupt. As far as you are part of this cabal, it is association and assimilation. But then Britain is judging people like Iburi. Desiane Madueke among others. Alamesia was killed because of this. They are fighting corruption because these people did not work by the rule. But of course, to be able to succeed, you have to become Ozodema, associate with them. They will assimilate you. This is what is happening. Yoruba understand how to play the French game. Association and assimilation. Yoruba is always with the winning team. Once you are winning, Yoruba come and associate. Oh, Omo ya mi lele you. Hey, Omo ya mi lele you. Aburo mi lele you. Association and assimilation. Biafrans must understand how these things work. Indirectly, they control us. And they use our brain. And so people begin to come. Our governors feel that they have to associate in order to be relevant, and that they are doing rightly. Our kings, some of our elites, all of them, they are playing game of association and assimilation. Who would have believed that a maker of four will issue an order, a directive for the house of Barrister Jofo to be burnt down? Who would have believed that people like Iwanyanwa and the rest of the idiots will die for the cause of one Nigeria than to protect their community? Who would have believed that the governor of Anambra will pay Fulani headsmen Miati Allah 500,000 to kill our people? Who would have believed that the police, our people in police, and some of our people in the army are actually stupid tools in the hand of the Fulani to kill us? But they don't see this game playing out. The policy of indirect rule and the policy of association and assimilation. The colonial master, they are still there. This colonial still. They want to rob. They are not tired of stealing. And so they initiate way. You can never be indicted as far as you steal for British government and France. As far as you kill for British government and France. As far as you live your life for them, you can never be indicted. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. If we must survive as a people, including Yoruba, including Hausa, you must fight against this system. You must fight against this system of indirect rule. This system, the British policy of indirect rule, as well as the French policy of association and assimilation. They never stopped, they never changed, they never repent, they show no rumor to their evil, their atrocity against people. But they have raised up men and women who do this dirty job on their behalf. But every Biafran, every Yoruba, every Hausa left in Nigeria, including Fulani, who think they will serve the purpose of the master and go free. We must stop this system. We must destroy this system once and for all time to liberate the next generation of Biafra. We must be willing to fight Biafra, and we must fight to the finish. We must fight to the end, because their only agenda is to take over our land, steal these resources, until they introduce this policy. Don't let them deceive you. We must fight to the end of this journey. I'll be back in a minute.
Do you know that up to 15 million Biafrans has been killed and massacred by the Islamic Republic of Nigeria? And do you know that Nigeria is a zoo, a creation of a white man, and it has expired?
We must fight to the end. I know the truth. Now we must win this battle. And no surrender. Yes, we be dying. Now we be crying. That's what freedom we need. To go keep our Dharma save us. Cause the children all of you. Biafra must to be free from bondage. Biafra must to be free from killings. Biafra must to be free from Nigeria. Biafra must to be free from slavery. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. May the kingdom come on earth, oh Biafra. The time is now, I fight on you formidable soldiers. I can see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Sure, no giving up, we are marching to the promised land. Oh, you say no to one Nigeria. Oh, you say no to pretend. Oh, you say no to divide and rule. We say no to sacrifice ourselves.
Listen, Nigeria jaga jaga, everything scatter. My people suffering and dying, so repent through my heart. Yoruba, Hausa, Boko Haram killing us. Every day we be dying like a slaves. Give me freedom, want to freedom, wanna be free like the birds in the sky. Scaffers all over the what they cry. Now we calling, rescue us to go to Kabyama. We must fight to the end.
And of course, our people must understand that we must deliberately fight this system. If we don't, we will not survive. I want Nigerians to look at the Fulani, who are foreigners, who are strangers, how they manage to conquer the Yoruba, conquer the Hausa, growing blood every day. What is empowering them? Indirect rule. Of course, you are Biafran anywhere you are all over the world. You are yet to identify with IPOB. You will not understand one day, but soon the door will be shut down. Everybody will answer his father's name. There is a massive Biafran incursion already across the globe. We must come together and fight this evil once and for all. This evil that threatens our very existence, our happiness, our life. We must rise up and fight against it. God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. And if we fail to fight to defend our fatherland, nobody will. You are here to join IPOB. Don't deceive yourself. You thought you were intellectual. Today you know you were actually stupid. You thought you were very wise. Today you see how foolish you are. Because for Fulani, who cannot spell his name, to be ruling Nigeria with iron hand, and all the idiots cannot talk, and then you see how hopeless your case can. For some idiot who cannot speak, come out and freeze your account, shut down your airport, destroy your seaport, rape your women before your very eyes, and you are there carrying big stomach. You see how hopeless you have been. IPOB remain your only savior. And that WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. The special number for the female is 081 288 58614. 081 288 58614. Call on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yeah, I am there, my beloved brother Mazini. Good morning, good afternoon from here.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I remain Mazi Afamefuna. Mazi Afamefuna come from Ukehe. Ukehe is in Igbo, it is in Enugu province, Biafra land. Mazi, I thank God. I thank God for your life, and I thank God for your work so far. And I know myself is never an easy task. I heard your program yesterday, and I don't even expect that you will still make it to be there in the radio till now. But may God keep on strengthening you, and He will deal with you always. And I salute all the principal officers. My brother, thank God for your life also. Once more, my brother, I want to come clearly with my own language. Permit me to speak Igbo. Emana ihe one thing is clear. Ofu ihe doro m anya n'ebe ndị Fulani nọ. My brother, n'ime ndị a niile bụ ndị na-sabotage the restoration of Biafra. Ofu ihe doro m anya abụ ihe gbasara Fulani. Onyinye ọbụla onye Fulani ga-enye mmadụ, onyinye ọbụla Britain ga-enye mmadụ bụ otu isi ga-awere isi. Efuru ndị a niile bụ ndị na-akọs loophole na Biafra restoration. Ụmụnna anyị niile bụ ndị anyị fili na anyị na ha bụ mana ha na-ere anyị. Watch and see. After everything, emechi ihe niile a ga-eme, ndị ahụ ndị Fulani ga-abịakwa for their life. Ndị Fulani ga-egbusisikwa ha ncha maka na ofu ihe doro m anya n'ebe onye Fulani nọ bụ any assignment ọ na-enye gị or do or die affair. And ndị a niile na-sabotage ha bụ bribe a narala na ihe enyerela ha enye to make sure they sabotage the struggle bụ ihe a na-eme mana ofu ihe doro anya bụ na o mechaa ndị ahụ ziri ha ọrụ ahụ ga-emecha were aka ha gbusisie ha. For example, look at the life of Oji Uzor Kalu. He served 8 years as a Abia State governor, and now he is going to serve 12 years in the prison. Watch and see. Ị ga-emecha sị na ihe a niile na-agwa gị Fulani ga-ejikwa aka ha ma all these governors na-eme ihe a ma ndị a niile na-agbacha mbọ ihe a niile to make sure that na ha sabotage this struggle. Ha ga-ejikwa aka ha, Fulani ga-ejikwa aka ha gbusisi ha. My brother anụ yesterday oge ọ na-abịa on air na ndị Akuzu police station nọ na be our leader na be Benjamin Madugu. O nwere ofu ihe m na-achọ m ga-like ọ bụrụ na a ga na-eme ọdụ oge ahụ a na-ekwu
God. But these people does not want us to use what God has given us to do what we want to do for God. But all I'm praying that Biafra will come and we will use that thing that God has given us, our resources, they make and hold everything that God has given to us. We use it to help the world. We use it to show the world that the God is still alive. And what you say yesterday about SARS in Okozo, this is not today. They are kidnapping our people mostly. What they are doing there, my brother, when you go there, what they are doing, the way they keep people there, my brother, you weep. It's only God that will judge them. And when the time comes, we are going to bring them down. And we are going to close that place. So I want to tell our people to remain resolute, remain focused. They should never lose hope. Because most of them here are losing. When they tell them, Biafra will come, they tell them, forget about Biafra, this is that we are doing, we are wasting our time. Most of them here, then didn't know that Biafra is coming. But when Biafra come, it will be there like a dream. But all my prayers, like Biafra will come, and our leader Mazen Nankano, God will strengthen, and our deputy Mazu Chemofo, the resolute man. I thank that man so much. And remember when people are accusing him, when they are fighting him, when our leader was in prison. But everything, he remained resolute. I say, may Chukwuka be with us. Be with you, my brother George, but you are trying. You are doing so much, and you are giving us so much experience for what you didn't know. I say, may Chukwuka and give you more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to bringing us all this program and telling us who we are and telling us what we didn't know. I say, God will give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and give you the strength to be doing this for us. In the mighty name of Chukwuka, in my prayer.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand the politics, the game, the pattern through which they play this game. Call on the line, your name and where you calling from. Call on the line.
Hello?
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please, your name and where you calling from. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. Good morning.
Our people must understand, our people must remain focused, our people must know that the enemy we are fighting and not the one we are seeing. And not until we move this war, this battle beyond them. All of us, they will make fool of all of us. All of us, they will toy with all of us. They are there pretending to be doing something that is right, and then you cannot come out to speak openly. You cannot come out to defend your land. You cannot come out and do anything that is right. Because as far as they are concerned, they make the rule. They make the law. They deceive everybody. But in the end, they themselves will be deceived. I want all of us to understand. Is there any Fulani to conquer us as a people? And it will surprise you. Caller on the line, are you there? And of course, we are having issue with the telephone line. Some persons, when they call, they seize the line there, they will not go away. Our people must remain focused. because the enemy we are fighting are numerous. But all we need to know is how they are operating. Facebook, for instance, is fighting us, but they use the Yoruba to control Facebook. And they classify our system. They configure our system. They control it anyhow they want. But the truth remains that with everything they are doing, we are still here. They delete us, they cut us off, we will still come back. But very soon, I can assure you, all of them will be tired. Very soon. The same way when you look at the Nigerian phenomenon, the Fulani are there to do the job of the Satan itself, the British government. They receive support. They conspire against the British and the colonial mass in the heart of heart. Let us stop them. But the truth cannot be overemphasized. They will fall in the end. It's not just about the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Fulani. Everybody will pay daily for it. Because these people will never stop. They will never settle for less. They want to continue stealing unnoticed. They want to continue robbing unaccounted for. They want to rob everybody. And they don't want anybody to talk about it. But not until we understand who they are. Not until we understand the mood they are operating. We are not going anywhere. And of course, I will be back in a minute. Let me attend to my line.
Without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we're making to them.
Freedom, Biafra freedom.
Henchman on the beat.
We need our freedom. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We want our freedom. Yeah, yeah. Freedom. Biafra freedom. Biafra freedom. 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 We need our freedom. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah. We want our freedom. Yeah, yeah. Biafra freedom. Freedom. I was about to go.
Oh my God. Let them come and rescue us. I was a bit killing us.
I must have a big watch out.
They're killing us. Money has been everywhere. They're killing our people. They're killing our people.
I was about to Anambra. I was about to Asaba.
They're killing our people in one night. They're killing our people. Oh my God. Let them come and rescue us. I was a bit killing us. Money has been killing us. Money has been everywhere. They're killing our people. They're killing our people.
Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from?
Yes, Mazonibe. Good morning, and how are you?
I'm very fine. Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Stanley. I'm calling you from New York in the United States. I have a message for my people this morning. My message is this. Make sure there is something you will do for Biafra land today. What I mean by this is this. Make sure you will do something for Biafra land today. Our leader, Martin Namdekalo, has settled us. He has done everything for us. He has opened our eyes. Let us not just go and sit down and be waiting for Biafra to come and meet us in our house. We all have a role to play. We all have a role to play. What role do you need to play? That is the question you have to ask yourself this morning. Just as the new generation churches and all the Yoruba churches are coming to you, when they come to you, they ask you, are you born again? That is the way I want you this morning to start going everywhere. When you see your neighbor, ask your neighbor, are you an IPOB member? Do you know that Biafra is real? Do you know that Biafra is coming? Just the way the Yoruba churches keep asking you, are you born again? Do you know that heaven is real? So will you tell them from this morning, do you know that Biafra is real? Do you know that Biafra is coming? Are you an IPOB member? You need to wait for Mazen Nambekanu to come and bring the Biafra for you in your house. You must do something. In the yard that you are living, how many people are IPOB members? Do you preach this gospel to them? Mazen, are you on the line?
Of course I am. Go ahead, please.
Good. In the yard that you are living, how many people are in your yard? How many people are IPOB members? Are you scared to preach this gospel to them? Can't you see that everything that our leader told us has come to pass? Can't you see? Because if we do not preach this gospel to our people, to those who don't have understanding, if we do not preach to them, when you are asked not to go and vote, you will not understand. It is only when you hear this message that is when you will know that if Mazen Nambekalo give an order that you should sit at home, you will know the reason why you will sit at home. Today it is clear in our eyes. Today it is proven that the PVC do not count. It has been proven that your PVC is useless. Tomorrow when he asks you to sit in the house, will you listen? Will you still go out to go and vote again? So many of us will go to vote because you have not done your own work. Me and you cannot go to United Nations. Therefore, Mazen Nambekalo will go to United Nations. Then you, who is in the house, what will you do? Do you just want to sit down and they fold their hand and you want Mazen Nambekalo to bring Biafra for you in the house? No. Start this evangelism. Find who is your zonal coordinator. Find who is your coordinator. Find the area where you belong. If there is no area, start one by yourself. How do you start one? Start from your yard. Start from your house. Tell your children about Biafra. Tell them about our suffering. Tell them about our humiliation from your yard, from the street. How many people are IPOB members in the street where you live? In your shop, all the neighbors, all the people around you, how many of them are IPOB members? In your phone, you have a memory card of 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig. All you put there is highlight music. All you put there is Yoruba gospels. All you put there is Yoruba messages. All you put there is blue films. Today, this morning, delete all of them. Go to www.ipob.co and download all the messages that our leader, Mazen Nambekalo, has been preaching. Especially the one that our brother from Alaska talked about yesterday, the message of 31st December 2019. Dear friend, I encourage you to go and listen to that message. After listening to that message, your life will change. You will know the reason why you don't have electricity. You will know the reason why you suffer from typhoid fever every day. You will know the reason why you don't have the good roads. You will know the reason. Go and listen to that message. Delete all these Yoruba messages, all these Yoruba churches. Delete all of them. Delete all the highlight music. Delete all of them from your memory card. Go this morning and start downloading all these messages. Transfer them to your neighbor. Transfer them to your neighbors. Transfer them to your brothers. Let everybody start listening. This is what Mazen Nambekalo wants you to do. Don't just sit down and wait for Mazen Nambekalo, who has sacrificed everything, who has sacrificed his father, who has sacrificed his mother, who has sacrificed his house, who has sacrificed all his belongings. Mazen is in a price this month. Look at what he is doing. What have you done for Biafra? Ask yourself this question. Do something this morning. Delete all those nonsense in your memory card. Download all these messages and start listening to them. Share them to your neighbor. Transfer it to Emeka. Transfer it to Aban. Transfer it to Ekaike. transfer messages, let everybody start making. Imagine me by you on the line for me, please.
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Download these messages and share it to your brothers. Let them listen. Preach this word. This is the word of truth. This is the word of life. Biafra is spirit. If you are a Nigerian policeman and you are a Biafran, because of the unfortunate situation you find yourself, you can join the Nigerian police. If they ask you to go and kill a Biafran, tell them no, you will not do it. If you have depended on a Biafran man in the detention in the cell, don't allow him to sell his land to give you money for the land. Ask yourself, why would you do it? The question for you, why you will not do it, is because Fulani don't do like that to their brothers in the north. Why would you do it? If you see any Biafran being detained, release him free of charge, let him go. If you are a Nigerian policeman and you are in the road this morning, you are listening to this message, do not collect 15 naira, 20 naira from your mother's driving ticket. Don't do it again. Stop it. It is bad. Our leader said it's bad. Don't do it. It is against the spirit of Biafra. Why will you not do it? They don't do it to their brothers in the north. You are a Nigerian policeman and you are a Biafran. You have been transferred to the north before. Do they do like that over there? No, they don't do like that to their people. But they come here, they intimidate you, they force you to do it to your people, and they are laughing at you. They are now asking you, if you can do like this to your people, how about me, myself? I will kill them. Then they kill your people. So this morning, stop it. If you are here listening this morning, and you know your brother, and you know your cousin, and you know your uncle, who is doing the police work in any of the government land, call him this morning and tell him that he should not collect any money from any potato. Tell me of your brother who is busy hustling this morning, and the policeman will stop him to collect money. Roger, you give. Roger, you give. Tell your brother that is doing Nigerian police work, who is a Biafran, not to do that again to any Biafran this morning. Look at your brothers and friends in midst of that road, in midst of repairing cake every day, in midst of having higher purchase. They still get 15 naira to give you. And all along, since 30 years, you have been doing police work, you have been collecting this money. You have been collecting this 20 naira from Biafran. If your life remains like this, stop it this morning. It is against the spirit of Biafra. Do something for Biafra land this morning. Do something. Tell yourself I must do something for Biafra this morning. You have seen that Ochoa Carlo have disappointed us. You have seen that Ochoa Carlo have disappointed us. You have seen that Umahi have disappointed us. Where is our hope? Our hope is in you and in me. We will not put all our hope in Martin and the Carlo, who has done everything for us. He has settled me and he has settled you. Why not wake up from your slumber and do something for Biafra land this morning? Pay this price this morning. Remember those who have lost their lives. Remember, look at your phone. Look at this video playing. Look at what happened to our high school. Have you forgotten so easily? Look at what happened to Faruku. Have you forgotten? Look at what has been happening. Have you forgotten? Is it not a clear thing? Anybody who is listening this morning, please just make a sacrifice. Do something for Biafra this morning. If you don't know what to do, preach this word. Tell somebody, please be an IPOD member. In your WhatsApp, create a WhatsApp forum. In your Facebook, create a Facebook page. Add people. Have a group chat. Have a group forum. Gather information. Post it there. Form something today in your WhatsApp page. Form a group today in your area. Form a group in your locality. Locate who is your zonal coordinator. Pay money, you will not pay. Preach the gospel, you will not preach. Support the movement, you will not support. You want Biafra. If Biafra eventually come and you did not contribute anything, and you come to enjoy, remember, you can be enjoying it and all your children will be dying. You can be enjoying it and you continue sick until you die. You don't know why you are sick. I'm living in America. I don't give beggars money. Because those beggars that I see, I ask myself, maybe these are people who did not support George Washington. Their great father, he did not support to do anything when he was fighting this battle. That is why this person must be suffering, because nobody suffers in America. Why would this person be suffering like this? Therefore, I encourage you this morning to do something for Biafra land today. Do something. If you are a policeman, stop this money. Don't collect money from your brother. Don't allow them to lure you into making your brother to sell his land so that he will bring money for the land. So you know too well that your brother did not do anything.
Thank you very much.
You know, because the Biafra struggle. God bless all of us. Has come.
Thank
God
you very
bless you,
much.
my dear.
We must continue.
Thank you.
Our people must be very vigilant. All these things you are seeing, the real people playing this game are behind. If we do not respond to them, if we do not put an end to the activities in our land, believe me, you will never know what is happening. The Fulanis are there. They don't have what it takes to be there. That means they are not the one who is doing what they are doing. But who is the person actually doing these things on their behalf? That is what is important. The Fulani did not go to school. The Fulanis are not strong. The Fulanis cannot shoot more than us. The Fulani cannot do anything good in their life. But how can they rule the Yoruba intellectual? They rule Igbo intellectual. They rule Hausa, dominate Hausa. Something is wrong somewhere. Call on the line your name and where you calling from.
Good morning, my brother. This morning, Mazi Enide, my great rest. Thank you this morning for giving us this milk and the honey gospel message this morning. My rep, I thank you very much. My name is Mr. Joseph. I'm calling from Omambra, Biafra land. I said Omambra because basically I don't want to give my location. These people, these contractors that Boko Haram Fulani Janjaweed and the British has hired in our land, which say they are searching, they are looking for money to eat, to buy land, to build the house, which that it will not last forever. They will not give guarantee their grandchildren and their children's freedom. I don't know our people, some of our people have developed a Stockholm syndrome that can never be cured. But the only medicine that will cure it is our total freedom. I thank God for our leader. He had bring the medicine that had cured millions, while some few can't are still suffering in the old system of sickness, something that their great grandfathers and their father's father did, and they were disappointed at last. Any politician in Biafra land that is still sabotaging and selling the interest of the people for his or her own selfish, that person not a police person. Look at what happened to their old fathers. For example, what is happening to the one that is visited our leader in prison and was saying leave about Biafra and let's join hands to work to good Nigeria. The Carlo that rule Abia State in the name of EDC, and later was turning to the APC when Osumole said that any corrupt politician that went into the sentence and enter APC, his or her sin must forgive. Look at, even though that he ran into APC, is he not today serving in the jail? Is he not in prison? Even if he went to the area of Kano and Saduana or Sokoto and told them that he supports them to be killing IPOB members, that we are migrants and we are that and that. Look at what is happening to them. Today they are using Baka and Uzodenjo, the one they put in say that is telling us that anybody protesting against the injustice that Tanko Mohammed is Sharia professional, the illiterate Sharia professional that put in say last week, that the person is trying to overthrow the current government. And this is what we are keeping for our children and our children or next tomorrow. And when we die, our children will face double of this suffering that we are today. Look at the one called himself in Dhaka. I don't know if this man is shame or the man is shameless. If you say I can see him back, I will ask him to something to say. But this is Nigeria, where a man of God is moving with a convoy. Mbaka, more than 7 to 10 Reverend Fathers have been slaughtered by Boko Haram men in Enugu, and I have been running through his Twitter account or his Facebook to see here in Baka or his message to see where he's condemned, and in Baka never condemned him. But in Baka saw his vision because we got them also then joined in the state, gave him 5 million naira on Baka Day. And is a working piece of Boko Haram organization. And he said he had a vision. If God will give him that type of vision, good God, with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he never tolerates any corrupt, any dirty thing. And the foolish people who don't want to listen to our great leader, our Messiah message, and the message of freedom of their generation, both unborn and born, they concur. Thank you, my brother. I love you.
We must continue.
This month is a very good summit because thank you. I don't want to use the line. Let's leave this chance for our people to continue contributing marvelously. I know our people is talking how they are feeling. We on ground here in Biafra land, we are preaching. We are telling every people that IPOB is the savior that will save our people. There is some, as it happened during the time of Noah, some people made Noah a laughing stock. Some are going to be asked to cheat and they are mocking him. See this man saying he is giving us. But at the end, they see. So it will happen in our generation. At the end, these people must see and they will confess. Are you listening, sir?
Thank you very much.
I know they are hacking the line. There are some noise on the background, but go with God, Jama, whom we are worshiping, we will triumph over them in the name of Chuku Okika Jama. Thank you, my brother. I thank my leader immensely. All the people working assiduously, that in this Biafra will come more sooner than we think. Let God, because them as if we are preaching and serving, to protect our forefathers from Janjaweed invasion in the olden days. Let him be today. Let him be today. Thank you, and remain blessed.
Our people must remain focused. Our people must understand what is obtainable. Our people must understand the method, the protocol, the procedure through which they are using to undermine our sovereignty. The people who are doing this thing are behind, and we must not allow them to go away with it. It's simple this morning. The British, the colonial terrorists, has two ways of operating on sin. Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
I want to thank you and thank you, Nnamdi Kanu. I thank George Uchemefo. I thank all the Biafran. George Onyibe, I am happy for you and all the Biafrans. Onyibe, I still remember Mwada Nkechinyere Obu from Ezulo in Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State is Biafra land. I believe that we have gotten Biafra. Biafra is already here with us. Because I begin to reason in myself, what type of these three wise men, George Onyibe, Uchemefo, and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. This is the reincarnation of, we Igbo people, we believe in Imawa. Because we had the story about the three wise men from East. Three of you are the three wise men. I believe that. I begin to reason how many years or whatever it has taken you people to build Biafran radio, so that from the whole world you can call George Onyibe the radio station. It is a marvelous. George Onyibe, I will still call you again.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp, your name and where you calling from. Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mazonibe.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazonibe. My name is David Nwochukwu. I'm calling from Auckland. Auckland is in New Zealand. Mazonibe. Hello, Mazonibe.
Go ahead, the word is listening.
Yes, I really want to appreciate you for all the work you have been doing. I want to appreciate the brother who talked this morning about doing something for Biafra. I honestly want to do something for Biafra. Let us do something for Biafra. Let us not wait for what Biafra will do for us. Nobody will do it for us apart from us. If you go to your association or your meetings, as you reach there, tell them that Biafra is real. I know they will tell you that is not why we are here. If you go to those associations or those our meeting that will go, Nzuko Monna, Nzuko Muike, Nzuko Church. If you reach there, tell them, please, brother, I just want to say something. I know that this thing I want to say is not the reason why we are here, but I just want to use 1 minute to tell us something. What I want to say is Biafra is real. IPOB is real. You close your mouth. If you just say only that, you close your mouth. I know they will not like the message. Some of us whose mind has been filled with
nonsense lies. You will not like it, but say it. If you say it, you have paid a price. You have played your role. We must work together to get a result. That brother who said we must do something for Biafra really said something that touched my mind. So today I will do something for Biafra. And I want you to, who is listening today, to also do something for Biafra. Anywhere you go, do something for Biafra. Tell somebody about Biafra. Tell somebody about IPOB. Tell somebody about the work indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is doing. Because so many of us do not know the work IPOB is doing. So many of us have never contributed anything. What we are doing is, God bless you. God bless you. If you will not contribute money, preach the message. If you will not preach the message, go out for the evangelism. If you will not go out for the evangelism, fight the battle. How will you fight the battle? Tell have not believed in IPOB. We are not talking about MASOB. Why you will not follow MASOB is that all these things that our leader, Mazen Nandekano, has been exposing to us is what Wazirike knows since, but he hide it because he was collecting money from the zoo. If not for God who give us Mazen Nandekano, me and you would not have known what the Ohaneze Ndioshi has been doing to us since how many years? Mazen Nandekano came and opened the Anyash. And we see everything that these people has been doing to us since how many years? If you see Nlewood today, you will know that you have seen a criminal. But when Wazirike of Masovo was there, he saw all these things. He covered his mouth because he compromised. He saw the truth. He refused to say it. But Mazen Nandakan, the Redeemer, who God sent to deliver us, came and opened this door for our eyes to open and see the criminality in these people, what they have done to us. Therefore, stand in IPOB. Make sure that every day you bring somebody into IPOB family, not IPOB by mouth, IPOB by work. Do something. That message that brother said this morning touched me. Let us do something. If you don't know what to do, as he said, preach the message. Listen the message. God bless you, my Zonibe. God bless everybody who is fighting this battle.
We must continue. Thank you very much. Our people must understand the truth cannot be overemphasized. Call on the line your name and where you're calling from. Monitoring Spirit, good morning from here. Before you go ahead, remind me, call me later in the day. Somebody sent recharge card of 5,000 naira to you. Before the end of the day, try and call me. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
After this broadcast, the one of the prayer gone. Before I hear unu ga ahụ ebe a gbara na rise oh Biafra sorry now after na verse 21 ya n'uru akwụkwọ ya gwara anyị I am the one that planted you here that the moon and the sun are no longer be alive but my glorious effort will fall on you. Biafra shall rise now. Chapter 60. Get ready. All are strong. This one knows the truth. You are father. A son has the right to advise his father. I am mature. My 40 for you, not a big dog. This cry is the cry of father, not a cry of a baby. Oh yeah, I must be the woman says, yeah, I look, dear friend. If you go to Isaiah chapter 6, any nation that does not support Biafra, you see there will never exist. Everything you are looking for is there. Oh, Konya, Mama, Kuku, Momo, Ule, Wala, Walega, which you call Biafra. Ask them all wherever woman, the Maple Moponaka, second number 2 are allowed to broadcast. Also, people say the will of the people must be respected. Don't protect it. You must be there. What can we happen to you? Come to the land of Biafra and see how it is. Then, give us 5 years. You will love to come to Biafra land. So now we don't know to I'm going to let go now. Una mepe ta tu tanda what illegal no move die road and do the digital comfort of the kind of the marker popular them nam the cap Ma were up and Isaiah chapter 2. Isaiah chapter 2. Of everlasting peace. Without Biafra, no peace. Isaiah chapter 56. Biafra is a religion. To go together with our God. I can't do not. I will catch the Bible. Get the man to the just I don't understand. Oh, Mr. So the secret of the night is best known to the owner. So tell them my name and I. As a man, I'm getting a point of burger number. Hey, as a bar, who have a shoe, I put them madam. He doesn't know. Ebenezer, hey, I am taking out. Tell them the cano. To make a shot of one. The person who showed not over the uncle. Get one what declare and what the hand acquire. But that's I do. Yeah, become the government. I I got what I can I have to much as you are. Oh, no, Pulano, I love Biafra. I maybe for like I will get it. I have a one. You can leave no more than I would. Oh, mother now, plan. Oh, but I didn't piano and I would ever be quarantine for pleasure. Man, again, on death. I need to get with the one for the woody keep for November. I don't for come home. And what's going on in Agada? Why would you go for the cow? Only my grandmother had your what are they in their bomb from that? Look at the data for here. I'm like, you want to own up like I know I got last out. I will leave it to teacher. Then we get for our leader. Wrong guy. That's the the wish of the people in Imo State. But that's not that. I know why I know. Also, I may tell them the Calabana is on the 15th of January. Yes, the wish of the people in Imo State. Most better, the big act. All of them suspended. Maggie will go to the other party. Maggie will see that on Maggie will down with the safe local man I see. But the only one I got money on a lot of battle for the for the other map to battle offer to put Singapore and also not no wouldn't ya. The Parapano, take them to the telephone. Also, Nampara who come and like a way I could I can get the job one then deal with you. Then it part of the Singapore. You won't you want what did he get? They talk about but I let you down. I said, oh, no, what the image from America? I like this I do.
Thank you very much. Biafra, we hail thee. We must continue. Yes, I will take this last caller and then we'll round up for this segment. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazoni, I'm still here.
Whether they like it
we
or
must
not.
be talking.
Go ahead, my
Confirm,
brother.
Thank you, Mazoni. Biafrans worldwide, I greet all of us. Netuku. Isn't Ekenem Genombosi Tatawa Hoye. Igweka Ekenem. Ebulu Babi Ekenem. Isiana. Anyabo. Anandubo Ekenem.
ama efuru obi Igbo mkpuke Igbo ekene m nne-Chukwu ekene m gị anyị ga-abịa anyị dozie gị ọfụma nsogbu adịrọ wee na-asị gị ebe ọbụla ị nọ biko ngebe ntị ụmụ gị na-ayọ gị n'ụbọchị tatawa ahịa oye ọgụ ma bụ nne mụrụ anyị nne mụrụ ụwa niile anyị ga-abịa na mkpuke gị anyị ga-abịa na mkpuke gị n'ike m ka anyị bịa dozie gị mgbala agbara gị bụ ọbịa bụ afụfụ ụwa na-ata kịta pụta anyị abịago ka anyị dozie ebe anyị maka na onwere onye anyị ji nke ana m ekene nna m nwee ka ga na-ekwu na-ekene onye ụwa m na-ere okwu aja olugu na omume ebe ọbụla ị nọ bilite ebe ọbụla unu nọ ezumezu unu anyị ngwugwu gị anyị mgbe niile unu anyị bilite unu bịa gbuola anyị ọgụ a maka na ọgụ a anyị ga-anụ ya and anyị ga-anụ ruo n'isi ebe ọbụla ọsọkwa ọnya luwe iwu na anyị ga-alụ dị onugbu anyị si na anyị nwere onwe anyị asị m unu binye ebe ọbụla unu nọ binye n'ike m maka na olugo na omume onye ọbụla sị na anyị isi anyị na ụghị aja ga-eji ana wezere mmiri asị m na ọmụmụ egwu ngwu na mma ndịrị nkọ n'elu ụwa asị m osisi ụlọ anya ọtụ nkwe na-egbe enugwe ga-ege isi asị m n'iru na asị na-egwu nnọfụ n'ogwe nwere mkpochi asị m n'iru na asị na-egwu nnọfụ n'ogwe nwere mkpochi n'elu ụwa asị m na mma m ga-awụrụ na ndị ka na ọmụmụ omume mma m ga-awụrụ ọmụmụ omume na eke na onye na-afọ na nkwọ ọ dị principal officer IPOB mma m ga-awụrụ na ọmụmụ omume onye ọbụla nụrụ unu iyi n'isi ga-eji ana wezere mmiri n'elu ụwa ọ kweghị aka nwa lụrụ anyị bụ Biafra ga-ata afụfụ n'elu ụwa ugboro ịsaa Biafrans asị m onye ọbụla jekwube aka ji ọfọ na obube nna gị jekwube aka ji ọfọ na ụmụnna gị jekwube aka ji ọfọ na obodo gị na olugo na omume agbekere nwa ngwere elugo ọtụtụ maka na anyị ga-atụ ya na eke tọya na tọya na foto ya na nkwọ tọnye na ha na anụ dị n'igwe Biafra ji eme ihe maka na onwere onye anyị ji okie wee na-asị Chukwu ka bịa maka sakasị isi ume mgbe ku n'elu ụwa asị ngị bịa n'olugo na omume anyị ga-abịa na mkpuke gị n'ike m bịa na nye ego bịa were gị edozie elu gị wee na-asị gị ya ka igbo ume gbuo oyi gbuo nyanya gbuo onwe ike gbuo ha gara n'iru gbuo ihe ọbụla bụ ihe bịara imegide ụmụ Biafra n'elu ụwa ihe ọbụla bịara imegide ụmụ Biafra bịara imegide ọhamadike na-ene na nne ya nọzi wee na-asị gị biko bịa nye ya agbamume oyi ji wee metụta ọgwụ a n'uru ha n'isi onye ọbụla nwụrụ aka ga-atafu n'elu ụwa onye ọbụla nụrụ na ndụ onye ọbụla nụrụ na aka ga-atafu n'elu ụwa ogbefi onye ibe ọhịa m na-ekwu mkpụtụ ahụ wee na-asị ma ha nọ n'ugwu ma ha nọ n'Europe ma ha nọ n'Amerịka ma ọ nọ n'Afrịka ma ọ nọ n'Eshia ma ọ nọ na Middle East asị asị ngụ biko onye ọbụla na-akọ n'ugbo Biafra jee kọọ n'ugbo nye ihe akụ ihe enwe ogologo ndụ arụ edo mma na ekene onye na-afọ na nkwọ na ahịa na ọdụ n'igwe Biafra ji eme ihe ise Maazị Onyibe I want to say something this morning. I hope I'm coming out clear. See, Biafrans, as far as we stand up and be telling the whole world what is happening in our land, and nobody wants to listen, and they stand there, Mbaka did what they did. They stand there and Mbaka did what they did. That is the end of those nonsense they bring in our land. Anybody that will smell those nonsense will suffer times upon times. Understand me? Thank you very much. Mazi, see, everybody must locate Akajiofo. You know, okay? Akajiofo. No one okay? Akajiofo no budogi. No good work. If you don't do it, anything that happened to you is not our fault. Thank you very much, Mazi Ojibe. Thank you. All must help Biafra. The whole world must help Biafra. Thank you. I greet our brother that says that do something for Biafra. Yes, please, brothers, Do something for Biafra. It's time. No other time. This is the time. Do something. Do something. Do something. Nah. Thank you, Mazopenyi. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is where we'll round off for this morning's segment. Biafrans across the globe, don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. We are being played out as a game, and we cannot let them continue winning the same way they have always been doing to us. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam. Go ahead, please.
Onye Igbo Chineke gọzie gị. Ebube Chineke ga n'elu gị. Chineke anyị na-efe bụ mmụọ, Biafra bụ mmụọ. Ana m enye ekele to onye isi anyị, onye Chineke ji wee tụọ anyị ugo. Afọ ya bụ Ebube Dike. O nwere ihe ga-eme. Ekelekwa uche mepụ. Chineke ga-enye atele unu nche niile mmanụ. Wee na-ekele ndị niile na-eme ife ka ife wee dịla anyị mma. Nna m, o nwere ebe anyị jelụ. Wee na-ekele ndị mmadụ somewhere in London here. Ọkwọrọ m eji wee chọwa ndị isi. Wee sị ya, negodi ifunu na ebe a na-eme ka ọtụ. Ụlọnkwa maka Biafra. Nsị a bụ onye ebe otu na ya bụ onye Ogbunike. Nsị a na mba onye ụmụnye. Wee sị ya, we need Biafra. Ndị niile na-ebe anwa ekele ekike ka ada Biafra. So njekwuru onye isi for onye my appointment. I need to talk to you about what it is because Biafra is real. No, obodo Igbo does not mean anything. Biafra is our life. Ma'am, Biafra Biago, ayada azọ ife mmadụ. Onwere onye anyị na-azụ anyị ya. But no ife Chukwu nyere anyị. So there is nothing they can do to stop Biafra coming. Nothing. Ndị niile all the saboteurs. That is what fuel our cars. The saboteurs. All the saboteurs are I am an Dokita. I am an Chineke Asurani. My daughter na Chukwu Okike bet to be a bet to or where I gave the Namgitinike home. We are coming home.
Thank you very much.
We are coming home. We are coming home. Decree every morning, but need saboteur and need that one. It will happen to them. So God bless you. I just want to encourage you this morning.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
I appreciate it.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
My regards to your family.
Thank you. They will hear. Thank you very much. And of course, this is where we draw the curtain for this morning segment. Whether the policy of indirect rule or association and assimilation, the truth remains that every conspiracy against us as a people must fall. The people entrapped in the zoo called Nigeria must be free. This is all we are here to do. And those who want to continue living in bondage can take their Nigeria and go ahead with it. Make no mistake about it. Biafra is and remain our only hope. Goodbye from here, and God be with you.
Beyond and ahead of you.
IPOB, the indigenous peoples of Biafra, have made it into some kind of policy that they intend to attack as a first step.
No, they don't intend to attack.
They already did one. Senator, they did one already.
Well, is that what you mean? No, what they said is that...
No, where I'm going is this.
Let me get where you're going.
Yes, they said that even though they did the first before they now announced it as a policy, maybe in order to keep the element of surprise, they attacked Deputy Senate President, your colleague, in Nuremberg, in Germany. And then after that, they then said they were going to attack all, publicly humiliate all Southeastern leaders. And then, of course, Nigerian leaders. They threatened to go after the president during his visit to Japan.
for Ticket 7. But those who have been watching this point out a certain irony. The leadership of IPOB, the leader of IPOB, is said to owe his freedom today to you, Senator Ekweremadu, and a couple of others like that. So what went wrong that they now think you are part of the problem?
I don't think that is the best way to look at it. We start from the basis. What have been their grouse? Their grouse is what I had said earlier, which is we see a situation where in the same country there are bifurcated treatments for the same citizens. And so, if you're from the southeast, first, you're denied access to national resources. Secondly, the southeast is a zone that is under siege by all the security formations in this country.
Well, the reason they give is that the solution that IPOB has tried to implement was to secede.
And no, I'm coming. The siege was there before IPOB. From any time that you can go back from the end of the Civil War till today, if you go from the town of Onitsha to Owerri and go from the town of Owerri to Aba, you will get not less than 140 police checkpoints. Every 1 kilometer, there's a police checkpoint. What do? They're not checking for security. They are simply extorting money from commuters on the road, from bus drivers, KK drivers, almost. People pay to be posted to the southeast. And you leave the southeast and you're driving all the way to the rest of the country. You don't see the same type of intense policing, let's put it that way. So what the question you will ask yourself is, why are we different? Or why are we treated differently? That happened a long time before the question of IPOB came. They didn't bring people because of IPOB. It is the fact that all these things had happened, that there was a deliberate policy to cripple all the ports in the southeast region, Port Harcourt, Calabar, Warri, all those ones. None of them is working. You will have to take everything to Lagos. And so you're an importer in Onitsha. You must go to Lagos. The shortest one to you is Warri, actually, before even Port Harcourt, One, all those ones. Why? You can't have a ship pass through there. Why? No dredging. Why is there no dredging? Federal government policy, no contracts for it. So you ask yourself, if this is like this way, then that means that there is a deliberate policy to keep us down or something. And so, what is the reaction? Two ways. You appeal or you fight. And so, you have two sets of people in the southeast now. Those who want to, let's continue talking, let's see how we can resolve this issue. And then those who say, no, we're already down and out. What else does it take? Let us all die. The federal government just turns a blind eye. And I continue to say, and I have sat on the floor of the Senate and I've said it, why has this federal government not ever opened their mouth to say that the herdsmen are terrorists? Why? Why would this federal government not ever agree that all those people who are carrying AK-47s and killing people are terrorists? Yet, it was so easy to quickly go to court to get an injunction and declare IPOB terrorists. That means that in the mindset of those who are running this country today, they see some people as their enemies. They have not come out of the Civil War. 50-something years later, they are still fighting the Civil War. And so what they do today is that they come and call us. I'm a politician. I'm one of those who are seen as, and say, oh, don't worry. If you just be with us, we will make you president. And they think they are talking to fools. And they tell us, oh, don't worry. This is time for Igbo president. No Igbo man wants a president. What we want is that you restructure this country so that me and you, Ladi, we are seen as citizens. So that if I carry an AK-47, you jail me. It's not if I carry a flag, you jail me, and then I carry an AK-47, you say, leave him, he's our brother coming from Burkina Faso. How can that be?
Well, you haven't touched on what I said.
And what is that?
About IPOB.
I have touched on IPOB, and I've told you the underpilling.
Why do they think that you are now part of the problem?
The reason really, the reason really is that they look at me, they look at Ekweremadu, they look at all of us, and they say, but you people are sitting down there. Because there are also young people who believe that you should do the fight, and not that there are other ways of engaging in this. We are not as young as they are. We have, most of us have crossed 60, and so we believe that you should talk. Quite all right. So you could understand their frustration, because what they will feel is that, I mean, you have talked for too long at every point, you know, and they will tell them, no, understand it. 4 years is not an eternity. So we will have to continue to do these engagements, let me put it that way.
But from what you've said, the political calculus, I've spoken to quite a number of people, and the political calculus is said to now favor the Southeast.
Not true. Not true. It's nothing but
if as the political alignments are,
yes,
and they have been since 1999.
Yes.
The South-South, the Southwest have each had a president.
Yes.
The Northwest has had a president. And now, if you take it beyond the geopolitical zones and you talk of simply North and South, it started in the South, it's gone to the North, it's come back to the South, it's gone to the North, and by 2023 it's supposed to come back to the South. In this chair you are sitting, Chief Edwin Clark, Chief John Wodo, have all said that in the case of Chief Clark, he was clear that there's no contesting it. Morality, justice, and even politics dictate that it is the turn of the Southeast. So when you say, as the most senior ranking Southeasterner in the government structure today, that that's not true, many people will be taken aback.
Yeah, I'll have a very simple answer to that. If somebody cannot let you be his gate man, how is he going to give you the keys to his house to come and live in the house? And I've just pointed out to you, show me that one person in this present government of APC, apart from statutory people, who is in this government. Show me one. Statutory ministers. Of course, you must have ministers. That is what the Constitution. Tell me which other person. They have SGF, they have this, they have E, they have A, they have all those ones. They never let any person from the Southeast get near. And then they will tell the Southeasterner, oh, this and that they will get there. How are you going to get there? And I continue to reiterate it, and I ask everybody in APC, if you don't let me be your gate man, how can you give me the key to your house? Because if you want me to be president, that means you're going to bring me in. I'm going to be part of what you do. I'm going to have a role in your government. So if you're a minister, you don't see the president except you go through the chief of staff. Is that not what we are told? Or you write your memo and it goes through the secretary to government. So where do you get in? Where? Yet we have top people. We had former Senate presidents and all that who are part of the APC, yet they are nowhere to be found. And so if somebody by his demeanor, by his action, does not let you even smell the seat of government, and then the man tells you, don't worry, in 4 years' time, I'm going to give it to you. How will you believe him? That means you're not thinking. So, and that's why I'm saying that those of us who have seen all this, we are saying, it really doesn't matter what you tell me. Because what you tell me is not what is happening. We want that we do devolution of powers. We change the revenue formula. We make sure that part of the revenue formula is the criteria is changed so that you can move things away. That population plays a part and no longer land mass and all that. Those are the things that we need to do for us to know that we are having a viable union.
So is that very good? Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One of the things you've talked about is it's not so much that Biafra has to be an independent state, but that has to be economically viable, and you can't really have that with Nigeria.